people that have been working part-time, have been working very seasonal, that are accustomed to a very flexible workforce that they've decided on their own is very flexible, meaning they don't show up to work on a regular basis. That might work in an agrarian economy. But when I expect somebody to be there at 7:30 in the morning and be there till 4:30 or 5 or the overtime I need them, and I really expect them to be there 2, 3, 4 days in a row, let alone weeks and weeks and months in a row, then I've got to have a confidence factor that these people can do that and are willing to invest their energy and their time in my work. So the two themes are work readiness. We can't take somebody who has not had a consistent, dependable job and expect them to change their entire lifestyle overnight and be at work for months and months at a time. They need to learn that. They need to learn the responsibility for that. They need to learn how to present themselves. They need to learn how to communicate. And those are those soft and touchy-feely skills that I think are so important before we worry about the actual skills that they're going to learn to do the job. And the second piece is get a job, get a better job, get a career. We're not going to take people, use high school dropouts for example, and send them to a 3-month course and all at once they're earning $30 an hour in a high-tech job doing very fine work. And they're going to make that transition because they're not going to show up for training. What you do with people like that is you energize them and you educate them so they understand the value of the work and how it can change their lives and in most times their families' lives. It's the hook that changes their attitude. And you get them to different levels. Someone that's been an agrarian worker may first start working at a 7-Eleven or it doesn't matter. What matters is that first job is the dependability, the showing up on time, the consistency, and they learn more as they go along. They learn people skills, and then the next job is paying $10, $12 an hour. Maybe it's at Dillard's or maybe it's at Macy's. It's in a much more dependable, higher paying job, a lot more expectations. And then that third job is the one that gets into high tech, that is that new employer that's coming to town, that's very excited because I now look at a resume of a worker. They started job A, they did a very good job, they got a very good reference from that job, they went to job B and it made sense why they went to that job because they got a $2 an hour raise. They have a very good reference from that job. They went back to community college at night and they learned an additional skill, and now I'm excited to pay them the $18 or $20 an hour that they deserve because they've got a foundation I can build on. And that's my two hot points here, and why I'm so enthused about this project here, is the soft skills that are so important, and the get a job, get a better job, get a career. And I think that's where our emphasis is, and I think we need to keep that in mind in everything we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Now you know why I so hotly pursued Phil. The next person who has agreed to become a first champion is Ann Mallory. Ann is with the Imperial County Office of Education and has a few comments.
I'm going to stand on this side of the room and give us a little bow. For those of you who don't know me, I served the county superintendent of schools, John Anderson, as deputy superintendent. And I got involved with this process in October when John Anderson asked me to attend one of the Strategic Planning Network sessions at UC San Diego. What impressed me immediately about this process is the depth and diversity of the participants who were involved. And immediately I was struck as an educator by what a fabulous opportunity it was to hear firsthand from many, many people across this entire region about what the need is, especially in terms of workforce, because as in education, we're constantly searching for how we can better meet the need and the demand. And there are many people in this room today from higher ed, IUC, San Diego State, IVROP, and school districts who work very well, very collaboratively. I think OMP 60 16 people here as well work collaboratively on that quest. So this is an opportunity to infuse a lot of synergy into continuing that work and take it to an even deeper level. So I think that's very, very exciting. During the process, and as I said, I didn't get involved until October, I was very impressed with how the facilitators were very focused and very organized, very sensitive of everyone's time, because everyone sitting in this room and the people who were involved are all very busy. So we kept to a schedule, and it was very results-oriented, and I thought that was wonderful. I'm willing to step up as a volunteer because I personally feel a huge responsibility as a member of the educational community to do what we can to hear firsthand and be part of the planning on how to best meet the needs of the workforce infrastructure as we move forward. I think, as I mentioned, the educators in Imperial County have worked collaboratively for a long time. 216 Council is a good example of that, and working and talking with the business community and listening to what those needs might be. A very exciting thing that happened in October in Imperial County was the first inaugural Workforce and Education Conference, and I think that conference gave us all an opportunity to really sit down and listen to one another on how we can work more collaboratively and effectively together. I think that being located along the international border is a huge advantage for the students of this entire region. And I think that it's incumbent upon the educational community to ensure that our students learn about the tremendous opportunities that are available and will continue to be available as part of this plan. And it's up to us to, as in the education community, to make sure we're bringing those opportunities into the classroom. And I represent K-12, and clearly I think kindergarten is not too soon to begin that process. As we heard earlier from Mr. Blair, soft skills are huge. And we think those begin in preschool. Kids need to show up on time with their hair combed and their teeth brushed and ready to go to work. And I think that the work begins very early, and we're very cognizant of that fact. As we move forward, I think the opportunity to develop curriculum that's specific to the various industries within this plan is an exciting opportunity, and we look forward to being partners in that. And I think that when we have leaders like all of you who are in this room working together, we can do wonderful things. I'm going to take my hat off as an educator and put on my hat as a mom for a minute. We have two sons. One graduated from college already, and the other is in the midst of getting his college degree. And older son who has a degree did not return home. And younger son at this point, I don't know what he will do, but the direction he's going, I don't necessarily see the opportunities as we speak in our county. And as a mom, my dream is that we have those opportunities locally for our kids to be able to come back, because a lot of our best and brightest end up in other places contributing to other areas, and why not here in our region? And I think that if we can do our part to work together and make that happen, it would be very exciting. And it isn't going to happen, as we've heard time and time again today, it isn't going to happen unless each of us, and every one of the people in this room are leaders. We're all going to have to step up and roll up our sleeves and do our part to make it happen, and I look forward to being part of that process. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. The last first champion of the day is Orlando Foote, who is a lawyer and an institution. But has been an enthusiastic supporter of the mega region from the first time I met him. Lanny?
Senator, I have to admit that I did not know that you were a historian. I knew you were a lawyer. I share your pain because I majored in history and I am a lawyer. And Julie, you provided all of us here with an excellent opportunity, along with Christine and the rest of the advisory board, to get involved with the mega region